This content is AI generated for informational purposes only and should not be directly used for clinical decision-making.
Hello and welcome back to the Neurosurgery Hub Podcast. I'm Dr. Aris, Senior Attending Neurosurgeon.
And I'm Dr. Elara, Research Fellow. Today, we're looking at a fascinating new study from the 2026 issue of Neurology India titled Saraj Retractor, a novel retractor system for deep-seated intracranial surgeries and its comparative analysis with conventional retractor system.
This is a topic close to my heart, Elara. We spend so much time discussing the latest intraoperative MRI or robotic navigation, but sometimes we overlook the fundamental mechanics of the surgical corridor. The paper starts by reminding us that microneurosurgery and minimally invasive neurosurgery have become the standard for lesions like intraventricular tumors, intracranial hematomas, and posterior fossa tumors.
Exactly, Dr. Aris. But the authors make a very pointed observation. While our imaging and resection tools have evolved, conventional retractor systems have remained largely stagnant. They note that for many decades, these systems have been in use without any significant modification or innovation.
It's true. When you're dealing with deep-seated lesions, the primary challenge is the normal overlying brain tissue. You have to get past it to reach the pathology, and that requires retraction. The paper emphasizes that these specific cases, like a deep ICH or a tumor in the ventricles, require bidirectional retraction to achieve better surgical access.
And that brings us to the star of the paper, the Saraj Retractor. The authors describe it as a novel system specifically designed for the ergonomics of the modern neurosurgeon. One of the biggest hurdles we face with conventional systems is how they clutter the operative field.
Right. If you're working through a small burr hole or a limited craniotomy, every millimeter of space matters. If the retractor hardware is bulky, it interferes with your line of sight. What did the study say about visualization?
That was a key focus. The Saraj Retractor is designed to provide bidirectional retraction without disturbing microscopic or endoscopic vision. This is critical because as we move toward more minimally invasive work, we're often switching between the microscope for the main resection and the endoscope to check those difficult-to-see corners.
And if you have to constantly reposition a conventional Lela or Yasargal arm because it's blocking your light or your scope, you're adding time and potential trauma to the brain tissue. The bidirectional aspect mentioned in the paper is particularly interesting. Conventional blades often provide unidirectional pressure, which can lead to asymmetrical corridors or the need for multiple bulky arms.
The comparative analysis in the paper really highlights that. By optimizing the ergonomics, the Saraj system aims to streamline the setup. It's about creating that stable, clear corridor for deep-seated pathology, without the footprint that older systems typically have.
For the residents and students listening, why does this matter? Well, think about the posterior fossa. It's a tight space. If you're retracted against the cerebellum to reach a tumor, you need that retraction to be steady, atraumatic, and most importantly, out of the way of your instruments. The Saraj Retractor aims to solve that ergonomic puzzle.
The authors seem to suggest that by improving the retraction system, we aren't just making the surgeon more comfortable, we are facilitating the entire microneurosurgical process. It's about the ergonomics of neurosurgeons, which is a phrase we don't hear often enough in the literature.
It really is. When you aren't fighting your equipment, you can focus entirely on the delicate task of separating a tumor from the ventricular wall or evacuating a hematoma with minimal disruption to the surrounding white matter.
To summarize the paper's position, we've reached a point where the normal overlying brain tissue shouldn't be the primary obstacle to a successful outcome. The Saraj Retractor represents a long overdue innovation in how we create our surgical corridors.
It's a great reminder that innovation doesn't always have to be a software update. Sometimes it's about rethinking the physical tools in our hands. That's all the time we have for today. Elara, thanks for bringing the study to the table.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. We'll see you all next time on the Neurosurgery Hub.
Stay sharp.